Welcome back to Brooke and Jake Make, where I'm not Brooke.
And I'm not Jake.
Today we're going to be building footstools.
Yeah.
So we're going to take two different routes on this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm doing is a wood board. Very plain, very simple, except I'm going to make it, I saw a painting recently, and it's very post-apocalyptic. And I've really been wanting to do like a green slime for a resin. So I'm going to do a green, slimy, purpley sort of world and try to use a syringe and make a black tree that's kind of dead and wasted.
It's like toxic.
Yes, toxic wasteland.
Yeah, toxic wasteland. I couldn't say that.
What are you going to do?
And then I'm going to use this as kind of a mold for mine. And I'm going to cut up a dowel rod for legs, 4 legs in each corner. And basically just fill it with resin. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the resin or what colors I'm going to do or anything. I'm just going to look at the colors and pick them.
Oh.
And yeah,
So
that's
it's
pretty
going
much
to be a
what I'm doing.
rainbow?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't decided yet. I feel like I should decide very soon.
Considering I think this is the first step for yours, yes. Let's film it one at a time. You go first? Or do you need more time?
No, I can go first.
Alright. You're live.
Alright, so I finally decided on what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try and go for a sunset, so like yellowy, orange, pinky kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't think it's going to turn out very good. And now I'm going to mix my resin. I think it turned out pretty good. It's kind of cool right now. It's like forming a bunch of like blocky cells, like the colors are separating, which is kind of weird. Like I wasn't expecting it to do that. Like it looks very weird.
Your gold is almost all gone now.
Right? It's so weird. But generally like the concept kind of worked. So I got the sunset. I got the pretty colors of the sunset in there. I think it turned out okay.
I'm curious to see what the bottom looks like because I think since we can't see the gold up here, that there's going to be a lot more sand gold on the bottom. Also, I think for
which I can see it from the side.
I think for thickness wise, that's going to be a pretty decent thickness.
I think so too.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's
get ready for your build.
All right, let's get ready for my build.
Yeah.
A few moments later.
So I just had to pop the camera back on because this thing is steaming up a storm, as I think you can see, which is crazy. We know it generates a lot of heat, but we've never actually seen it take on this much heat. And then 2, look at all of the different pockets and like, honestly, it reminds me of the Bug's Life or ants when they're walking through the dirt field and they fall in all the cracks. Like that looks like what's going on. We had a weird thing where Brooke torched and then the whole thing went like and pulsed and bubbled and waved.
Yeah, it pulsed.
And then all of a sudden the gold showed back up when there was like no gold. Now it's all like popped up throughout. So I think the heat made the bottom of this, because it wasn't sitting flat, kind of bounce or bulge, and that sent like a shock wave up to the top and made all these other little swirls. So it actually looks really, really cool.
It does.
And
it's like crazy.
I think it looks like your abstract sort of sunset like you were going for. All right, time to cut my wood and get to work.
Yeah.
So to get started, this board is going to be too big for the size footstool that I want. I'm going to go ahead and figure out about what I'm feeling. I think I want an edge over here, and I want to feel cramped. So maybe take it to about this line.
So maybe like 2/3 of the board.
Yeah, I think 2/3 of the board sounds about right. And I like this side of the board more than I do this side, so I'm gonna cut it here, I think. I have the board all cut and grooved kind of like a boat so that I can work inside of it. And then I'm not so worried about these edges because I can 45-degree off at the end and get those cut out. And so now I'm going to mix my resin, get my color set up, and we'll begin our pour.
Next day.
And here we are! It's the finished project! Hope you enjoyed our build!
Yay!
Alright, so it looks like they set up overnight. And I think we're ready to do what Brooke's been begging to do for the past like 2 days, 3 days.
I want to touch it so bad.
So we're gonna start with mine.
Okay. Yours looks fine. I mean,
Right,
yours is flat. You don't have to do anything to yours.
Like nothing's dripping, nothing's falling. I did forget that I cut this little drainage hole completely by accident. I took the miter saw going a little too far, but that's okay. But
it worked out though, because then it didn't flow off the edge this way. It flowed off the side a little bit. There wasn't a whole lot left on the side actually.
it's not tacky, it's glossy, smooth.
That's good. Look at this giant like bubble in the middle. It's not a bubble, like it's flat, but
it looks
really
like
a gas bubble.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It definitely dissipated a little bit more from tree than what I was hoping. I really, really wanted to retain those like tree branches and quality, but when we looked at it, I agree with Brooke. It's very noxious gassy.
Yeah.
Like it looks like almost like a build of a plume, a smoke plume that's in a toxic wasteland. So I'm okay with that. All right.
Okay.
Try and bust
Moment
it out.
of truth. I gotta touch it first. Oh, it's a little bit bumpy.
A little bumpy?
Just a little bit. Let's try it.
What?
Whoa.
I did. Oh.
Whoa.
Hold that up.
I wonder if you can see that on camera.
I'll check. So that's why it came out a little lumpy lopsided. Yeah, you can kind of see it. Kind of move it left to right. You see all of those little glares on the plastic is where it's bumped in, or
like it's in here, up here, in right here. Let's see. Okay, that side came apart pretty easily. That side came apart easily. That side came apart easily. That side came apart.
So now, oh, that's satisfying.
That was satisfying. Now I gotta
Push the middle. There you go. There you go.
Oh, come on.
Well, it's solid.
It's so cool though.
Do you feel comfortable standing on it?
No. If it was flat, I mean, this side is 100% not a sunset at all.
True.
Like, it's got all the colors of it, and on the pigments, obviously, where it mixed very well, because, like, it's all super, like, just clumps of pigment. This bump right here, like, if I could get this to be totally flat, it would look awesome. It'd be a perfect footstool. I think we need to come up with a game plan on what our next step is going to be, whether it be attaching legs now and then epoxying, or epoxying and attaching legs. So we'll be right back.
Okay, so I feel like our project did not turn out amazing this time. We're looking a little wobbly, mainly mine, more so than yours. Yours is a bit tall and lengthy.
It's very tall.
But that's okay. I think our artwork portion turned out very well.
I think so too.
I think the tree was very pleasing for me, and I feel good about how your sunset.
My sunset turned out really cool. Like, the bottom was all celly and stuff, but I think the top part, just with, like, it's not exactly a sunset, but it's got, like, all the pigments in them that looks kind of splotchy, and it looks really cool.
I feel like the celly part, like, added to it. Like, I feel like it really made it unique.
It
to
did.
you.
Very abstract.
Very abstract.
I definitely feel like we should just take the legs off of them and
Make
make
them
artworks to hang up on our wall.
I thought about it. Then we'd probably get more use out of it that way than we would in footstool.
We may do that in the future.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. But it was fun to make and try new techniques. You got to try the torching, and I got to try and do a pour with whatever idea I wanted to do with it.
I think the charred wood was actually really, really cool.
Yeah.
It was fun to do. It was also nerve-wracking because I kept thinking the whole time that the whole board was going to catch on fire.
Right?
I don't think every build has to be quite perfect though. I think this was definitely one of our more learning builds.
I feel like we did our best, and we'll keep growing from it. And we did something that made us happy.
Every single day.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye!